Everyone, today we will discuss about mechanical braking system. Okay. Today we will see mechanical braking system. In this class we will see about what is mechanical braking system and what are the different types of mechanical braking system and what are the constructional details of those different types of mechanical braking systems, and also what is the working process of the different mechanical braking systems, and also what are the advantages, disadvantages, and implications of that mechanical braking system. In yesterday we will discuss about the overall introduction of this braking system. We are used different types of braking system in automobile vehicles. It is hydraulic braking system, mechanical braking system, pneumatic and vacuum braking system. Those are different types of braking system, and one of the main braking system is mechanical braking system. In this mechanical braking system there are different types of mechanical braking system is available. We will see what are those different types of mechanical braking system. First of all, we can see what is brake and what are the requirements of brake. We already discussed, but you can see once again what is brake. The device used to stop any vehicle by applying frictional forces. We are applying the external forces. We are applying some external forces on that moving body. If the vehicle is running on a road, it is a moving body. The vehicle in the position of it is in the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy is generated. The vehicle is moving on the road. Okay, we are applying some external forces to stop that vehicle. To stop the vehicle or to slow down the vehicle, I am using some external forces. That external forces is develop the frictional forces on the braking system under automobile vehicle wheels. Okay, whenever we apply the frictional force on the vehicle by the help of a foot pedal, a braking foot pedal. By using that foot pedal, we are applying the force on that foot pedal. So the frictional force is developed based upon the working of the braking system. In the working of the braking system, there is a different types of fluids are used. Okay, so that fluid is passed through the transfer braking transfer lines, and the oil is passed through the transfer lines, and there is a piston and brake shoes. Piston and brake shoes. The piston is moving on that cylinder. It is in the process of compression. The shoes are uh, attacked with the automobile vehicle wheels. Okay, so in that process, the frictional force is developed. The external frictional force is developed by using by applying different external forces on the brake pedal. Okay, so one of the most important control components of the vehicle is the braking system is one of the most important control components. Why it is called a very important component in the automobile vehicles? Because of to stop the vehicle or to reduce the speed of the vehicle, compulsory we are using braking system. Immediately we can stop the vehicle, then immediately we are applying the brake, or we can decrease the speed of the vehicle, we can reduce the speed of the vehicle. Then gradually we are applying the braking system. We are applying the brakes. Okay. So in that brakes are applying the vehicle, automatically the vehicle should be slow down or the vehicle should be stopped. That's why to stop the vehicle or to slow down the vehicle, compulsory we are using braking system. So that's why it is called one of the most important control component in the automobile vehicles. They are required to stop vehicle within smallest possible distance. They are required to stop the vehicle within the smallest possible distance. Whenever we apply the brake, immediately you can stop that vehicle. If we apply the brake on the automobile vehicle, if it will take to stop the vehicle sometime, uh, that means high amount of time taking to stop the vehicle, that is not a proper braking system in the automobile vehicle. We can immediately stop the vehicle whenever we apply the brakes on the automobile vehicles. It will take within 3 to 5 seconds immediately to stop the vehicle. Smallest amount of time to be taking to stop that vehicle, that is a good braking system in the vehicles. Okay. So what he's finally told, it is they are required to stop the vehicle within smallest possible distance, and it is done by converting of converting a kinetic energy of vehicle into heat energy, which is dissipated into atmosphere. So the vehicle is in moving position, it has a kinetic energy. So that kinetic energy is changed into heat energy. How should the heat energy is generated uh, on the vehicle? It is whenever we apply the brake on the vehicle is in moving position, that has a kinetic energy. That kinetic energy is changed into, whenever we apply the brake, it is the kinetic energy is changed and it is generated heat energy. So the frictional force is developed on the brake shoes and the wheel. Okay. So based upon that frictional forces, the heat is generated, which is dissipated into the atmosphere. The heat is dissipated into the atmosphere. So that is about the brake. And what are the requirements of brakes? Brakes must be strong enough to stop the vehicle within a minimum distance in an emergency. And you already seen about the working of brake. Okay. So you can see already you can see what are the different components and basic components of the braking system. One is the brake fluid, brake lines, master cylinder, combination valve. In that combination valve, there is two valves, proportioning valve and pressure differential valve. And what are the types of braking system, and what are the classifications of braking system? So the classifications of braking system, it is purpose of braking system, location of braking system, construction of braking system, method of actuation, and the extra braking effort. These are the classifications. And what are the method of actuation? What are the different types of braking systems? It is mechanical brakes, hydraulic brakes, electrical brakes, vacuum brakes, air brakes, and by-wire brakes. These are the different types of brakes. Okay, and also power brakes. Okay, so yesterday these topics we are discussed. So today we will see what is a mechanical braking system. What is mechanical braking system, and what are the different types of mechanical braking systems? You can see what is mechanical braking system. Mechanical brakes arrests the energy of a machine via force, most commonly friction. So whenever we apply the force on the uh, braking system, based upon that brake pedal, the energy should be transmitted through mechanically, through linkages connection or through gears connection, through belts connection. That force is transferred to the braking system the overall braking system is working on mechanical linkages or mechanical connections. Okay, mechanical brakes arrest the energy of a machine via force, most commonly friction. They uses a coarse and rugged material that is tightened against a body in motion. So the body in motion, uh, the body is motion. It means the body is moving condition. The vehicle is in moving on the road. That means um, it is in the form of kinetic energy. The kinetic energy is formed in the moving vehicle. Whenever we apply the force on the brake pedal, automatically the braking system activates to stop the vehicle. In that procedure, the frictional force is developed. The frictional resistance is developed on the wheel and brake shoes. Wheel and brake shoes. Then the kinetic energy is changed into heat energy. The kinetic energy is changed into heat energy. So that is the overall working of any type of braking system you can take in the automobile vehicle. You can see what is a mechanical braking system. Friction based braking generates immense heat and some noise. These types of mechanical braking systems we are used in the automobile vehicles. Some noise is generated in the we are applying the brakes on the vehicle. Degrading of all engaged surfaces occurs, so inspection and replacement is required. So degrading of all engaged surfaces. So if the engaged surfaces, it means there is some wear resistance occurred. Uh, if we are using high amount of time in that vehicle, so the wear resistance is occurred. Okay, so in that wear resistance, uh, uh, is increased on the braking system, the noise is developed. Okay, so to avoid those noises and those disadvantages, we can change and we can service that braking system, or we can change the braking system and we insert a new components in that braking system. Okay, so that is the degrading of all engaged surfaces occurs in the inspection and replacement is required. And you can see mechanical brakes. What are those types of mechanical brakes, and why it is involved in the, and why it is arranged in the different automobile vehicles based upon the different applications, different properties. So the mechanical brakes are assemblies consisting of a mechanical elements for the slowing or stopping the vehicle. So the mechanical brakes are regularly using to stop the vehicle or to slow down the vehicle. They use levers or linkages to transmit force from one point to the another point. Mainly the mechanical braking system. The mechanical braking system, it means we are using the linkages or levers. Linkages or levers. By the connection of linkages or levers only in this mechanical braking system. We are not using any type of fluid, any type of air, any type of vacuum, any type of gases. We are not using those types of different substances. We are applying the brakes. We are using linkages or levers or gears or pulleys or belt drives. These types of uh, different uh, force transmission equipments we are using to activate the braking system in automobile vehicles. Okay, let's see what are the different types of mechanical brakes. There are several types of mechanical brakes. One is band brakes. One is band brakes. So the band brakes are the simplest brake configuration and have a metal band lined with heat and wear resistance friction material. First one is band brakes. So the mechanical brakes, first one is band brakes. So the band brakes are the simplest configuration and have a uh, metal band lined with a heat and wear resistance friction material. So it has a heat and a wear resistance friction material. And second one, drum brakes. Drum brakes, which are commonly used on automobile rear wheels, work when shoes press against a spinning surface called a drum. So these drum brakes are regularly used in the high amount of automobile vehicles in rear wheels. So we can apply the uh, brake system in the automobile vehicles. The drum brakes are used in the rear wheels of the vehicle. Okay, so these drum brakes are the most commonly used brakes in the different types of automobile vehicles. Next, third one, disc brakes. Third one, disc brakes. Disc brakes are constructed of brake pads, a caliper, and a rotor. So the disc brakes have a constructed of brake pads. So the disc brakes have a disc brake pads, and it also a caliper is placed. A caliper and a rotor is available in the disc brakes. These disc brakes are used to we can immediately stop the vehicle. We are using these types of disc brakes. Okay, so the disc brakes are used to mainly the vehicle should stop immediately. So the vehicle should stop immediately. We can use disc brakes. And next one, during this operation, the brake pads are squeezed against the rotor. Cone brakes are made with a cup and cone. Next one, cone brakes. Cone brakes are made with a cup and cone, which is lined with a heat and wear resistance material. During actuation, the cone is pressed against the mating cup surface. So these are the different types of mechanical brakes, and you can see what is the constructional details and what is the working procedure. The first one is uh, the mechanical brakes. The first one is band brakes. You can note down what are those different types of mechanical brakes. Is first one, band brakes. Okay, and second one, these are the most commonly used brakes in automobile vehicle rear wheels. Is drum brakes. Drum brakes. And the third one, disc brakes. Disc brakes. Nowadays, almost all vehicles have, we are using, we are setting disc brakes. These are also most commonly used brakes in the vehicles. Next, fourth one, cone brakes. Fourth one, cone brakes. These are the different types of mechanical brakes. Okay, so first we can see what is drum brakes and what is disc brakes and what is the constructional details of those drum brakes and disc brakes. You can see what is band brakes. So first mechanical type of brake, it is band brakes. The principle is that a band is wrapped part around a rotating drum. Tension can be applied to the band using a lever. The restraining torque results from the difference in tension between the two ends of the belt. So in the band brakes, the force conversion unit, we are using one belt drive system. That belt drive system is used to transmit the force. So how much amount of force is developed on the brake pedal, that amount of force is transferred through belt, and there is a connection of linkages, and the brake pedal and the brake shoe is activated, and it is um, attached with the automobile vehicle wheels to stop the vehicle. Okay, so there is a gripping in nature. The brake shoes have a very high amount of gripping in nature. uh, to hold quickly. uh, there is no gap variations. There is no irregular variations. The brake shoe is holds the wheel very quickly and very uh, tightly to stop the vehicle. Okay, so you can see what are the different constructional details of the band brakes and what is the working of this band brake. There is a rotating drum. There is a rotating drum. The principle is that band is wrapped part around a rotating drum. So the rotating drum is rotates and uh, it is connected with the it is connected with the one belt drive. It is connected with the one belt drive, and the tension can be applied to the band using a lever. A lever is attached to the uh, rotor. You can see what are the tension T1 and T2. These are the tension systems, and it is connected through belt drive, and the lever. The lever is connected. Okay, you can see this lever. This is the lever connection of the uh, rotating drum. Okay, the restraining torque results from the difference in tension between the two ends of the belts. You can see the two ends of the belts. There is a tension T1 and the tension T2 is developed. Tension T1 and tension T2 is developed. You can see that number of revolutions. How much number of revolutions to be rotating that rotating drum. So the belt drive is also rotates and the lever should be moving. So if that lever connection, uh, there is the brake shoes are arranged with this lever, and the brake shoes are holds the uh, automobile vehicle wheel to stop the vehicle. It is the overall working of the band brakes, and you can see what is drum brakes. What is drum brakes? Shoes press against a spinning surface in this system. That surface is called a drum. Shoes press against a spinning surface. So the shoes are pressed with a spinning surface. In this system, the surface is called the drum. This amount of surface is called the drum. Drum brakes have more parts than disc brakes and are harder to service, but they are less expensive to manufacture. So the drum brakes have more parts compared to disc brakes. So high amount of parts is arranged in the drum brakes compared to the disc brakes. Those drum brakes are very harder to service, but they are less expensive to manufacture. The expensive is uh, less in manufacture. You can see the drums are normally made from cast iron. So these you can see what are the constructional details and what type of materials, what are the different properties is used to design these drum brakes. You can see uh, drums are normally made from cast iron. In the drum brakes, the drums are made from cast iron material. The cast iron material is used to manufacture the drums, and shoes forced out against drum by wheel cylinder pistons. Shoes forced out against drum by wheel cylinder pistons. So the shoes are forced against the drum by wheel cylinder piston. Spring return when pressure released. There is a spring is used in the drum brakes. Whenever we release the pressure, automatically the spring is activated to release the brake. Okay, so it often fitted with self adjusters to compensate for wear. Often with self adjusters to compensate for wear. It is usually contain parking brake, shoes pushed against drum by lever action. So it is usually contain parking brake. So the shoes are pushed against the drum by lever action. A lever is placed, so that lever is connected to the shoes, whenever the lever is moving, the shoes are uh, uh, attached with the shoes are forced with the automobile vehicle wheel to stop the vehicle. It often is used on all wheels till late 1960s. So these drum brakes are used in the 1960s. Uh, in these, just a second. Okay. So in this nowadays we are also used in this type of drum brakes, only used on rare brakes now and superimposed by rare discs in many cases. So maximum 90% cases the drum brakes are used in the rear axles or rear wheels. Okay, so in only the smallest vehicles we are using front axles and front wheels of these drum brakes. 90% we are using these drum brakes in rear axles or rear wheels. Okay, you can see the what are the constructional details of the drum brakes. There is a drum, so it is the drum. These are the braking shoes. These are the braking shoes. These are the braking shoes and self-adjusted. That means the springs are connected to the links and parking brake cable, wheel cylinder, hardware and springs. Okay, backing plate. It is the drum. Okay, so it is the drum. This drum is placed in this side. Okay, these are the constructional details. You can see what are the overall parts in the drum brakes. There is a primary spring. There is a it is the primary spring, and next primary brake shoe. It is the primary brake shoe. You can see this component. It is the primary brake shoe and the secondary brake shoe. Okay, and parking brake link, shoe hold down spring, adjuster spring, star wheel, self adjuster cable, shoe hold down spring, parking brake lever, secondary brake shoe, secondary return spring. Whenever we apply the force on that brake pedal, uh, you can see these parking brake links and adjuster springs and primary return springs, anchor pin. These are all activated. These are all activated. Whenever we apply the force on the brake pedal, these are all activated and it is push this. These links are used to push the primary brake shoe and the secondary brake shoes. So these brake shoes are engaged with the automobile vehicle wheels to slow down the vehicle or to stop the vehicle. Okay, so it is the construction of the drum brakes. So the drums are efficient but suffer from overheating and expansion issues. It is very difficult to cool the friction interface, and so as the drum gets hot, it expands away from the brake friction material. Drums are efficient. So these drum brakes are very efficient, but it suffers from overheating. Continuously we are applying the brakes, the high amount of heat is generated in the drum brakes. High amount of heat is generated in the drum brakes. So it is very difficult. It is very difficult and it expansion issues very difficult to cool this friction interface, and as the drum gets hot it expands away from the brake friction material. And next one, The drum brakes are found in some rare brake applications, good initial stopping, inexpensive mechanical parking brake. So the good initial stopping the vehicle using inexpensive and mechanical parking brake. And these drum brakes have the dual servo drum brakes. It is self-engaging and servo action. The self-engaging has during stopping leading shoe digs into brake drum. If the servo action causes small force applied to make larger force, leading trailing brake. So in that leading trailing brake, non-servo brake with anchor at bottom end of each shoe. Okay, so these are the applications. It is good initial stopping and dual servo drum brakes and the leading trailing brakes. You can see what is the working of drum brakes. Drum brakes work on the same principle as the disc brakes. Shoes press against a rotating surface. In this system, that surface is called a drum. Drum brake also has an adjuster mechanism, an emergency brake mechanism, and lots of springs. The shoes are pulled away from the drum by the springs when the brakes are released. Okay, so it is the working of the drum brakes, and the drum brake adjustment is brakes wear. So the brakes are in where resistance occurred. How to adjust the brakes in the automobile vehicles? It is brakes where clearance increases between lining and drum. A typical drum brake adjustment has a threaded shaft attached to internal start wheel, and dual servo self adjuster operates the brakes are applied during a stop when backing up. Next, brake fade. Under drum brakes do not dissipate heat as well as disc brakes. The heat is generated on the drum brakes. It is increased heat causes drum to expand. More effort required to stop the car. So these are the overall assembly of the drum brake, drum brakes, rear wheel cylinder, brake hold down pin kit, emergency brake cable, backing plate assembly, brake hold down spring, brake drum wear, brake return spring, marking lever. Okay, rear brake shoe, brake self adjusting kit, rear brake drum. Okay, so these are all different components and different constructional details of the drum brake system. And the disc brakes. So these disc brakes also same working principle, but some components are different in the drum brakes. A disc brake consists of a cast iron disc bolted to wheel hub and stationary housing called caliper. So there is a caliper. A caliper is connected to some stationary part of a vehicle like axle. When brakes are applied, piston move friction pads into contact with disc, applying equal and opposite force on disc on releasing brakes. The rubber sealing rings acts as the return springs and restract piston and friction pads away from the disc. You can see that disc brake. What are the components of this disc brake? Main components, it is rotor, caliper, and brake pads. Rotor, caliper, and brake pads. You can see it is the disc. It is the disc and rotor. These are the disc pads, and caliper assembly. These disc pads have caliper assembly and wheel bearings and wheel studs. That means directly these disc brakes are connected through wheels. These disc brakes are used to stop the vehicle immediately. So whenever we apply the uh, force pedal, whenever we apply the force on that pedal, automatically the disc brakes are activated. There is a disc pads. The disc pads are strongly engaged with the wheel studs. Strongly engaged with the wheel to stop the vehicle. Okay, so that is the construction and working details. So it is the disc braking system. You can see that the disc pedal is applied. You can see the force is applied on the pedal. Automatically the lever is connected through that pedal. The lever is activated to push the piston, and there is a cylinder. In that cylinder it is compressed when the primary piston is moved and secondary piston is moved. When this connection, the brake pads are connected through the uh, piston with different linkages, and the brake pads are activated to hold the wheel. Okay, so these are the wheel, and the disc brakes are arranged with the wheels. So the wheels are directly connected through the wheel. So the brake caliper assembly is normally bolted to the vehicle axle housing or suspension. So what are the advantages of the disc brake system? Greater amounts of heat to atmosphere, cooling more rapid, rotors scrape off water more efficiently, self-adjusting, and don't need periodic maintenance and easy to service. These are the advantages of disc brake system. And disadvantages, it is prone to noise, rotors warp easier, not self-energizing, hard to use as parking brakes. Okay, so noise occurred and rotors warp easily. There is no self-energizing. Uh, the disc brakes are applied. High amount of force is used to apply those disc brakes. So these are the disadvantages. Okay, so it is overall about the mechanical brakes. In next class, we will discuss about the hydraulic brake system. So thank you guys.